Stadium here in Foxborough. All the success in New England over the last few decades, and this crowd has never been more enthusiastic. A moment ago, the Pats emerged from their locker room. They are set as they'll square off with the Houston Texans. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Set, 19. Right, 50, right there. Hey, let's get this, get this.
Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
Check 37, check 37.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for first.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Watson's throw pulled in by Hopkins. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert. 3rd and 4, he did just enough, and I mean just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. That's caught out wide by Stills. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Good job, D.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
First down, Texans.
Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Here's Watson, option left. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the 35 on second down, Watson setting up the screen for Miller. And he'll go down at the 28. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. And Thomas has it. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
We're scoreless after one. Texans football to start quarter two. They're on the march, but facing a third down here.
This is it. 19. Check. 19. Quit talking about it.
A shotgun snap for Watson. He gets it to Thomas. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's hit on his first 9 passes now in the ballgame. They go back to the ground now with Miller. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On second down, here's Miller. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. They're 2 for 2 on third down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on third down. From the gun, here's Watson. And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Patriots. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11.
Well, to me, that's taking a big gamble defensively because that alignment you see, that's normally something you see down near the goal line. Because now, if they decide to go play action, something should be open there, and I think open big.
So maybe that's something that gets filed away for later.
I think without a doubt, you write it down, and if you see that look at a later date, go ahead and take your shot.
And he is out up around the 15-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. And now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. Brady gives to Michelle. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 13-yard line.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready. Wait, set. 380.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do. Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And this one brought in by Sanu. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a third and about 3 to go. An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on third down. Out of the gun, Watson. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he goes out right around the 39. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Watson now 11 for 11. Perfect in this opening half. It's 1st and 10. Now Watson. Thomas has got it. Complete. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On second down, Johnson. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And some space here. The 20. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller in the final seconds of the first half as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. So they're able to break the tie just before halftime. Now they just don't want anything crazy to happen on the ensuing kickoff.
Yeah, they want to just add the extra point, get the kickoff taken care of, and get to the locker room with the lead that they fought so hard to get.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Come on.
The final shot before half for Brady. Brady, a quick throw out to Edelman. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken very short. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically what they're doing is,
he's got daylight. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Sony Michel, 72 yards. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Folk connects on the extra point. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They try and run on first down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. On 2nd and 12, Watson escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. You don't want nothing.
A first down carry now for Miller. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. The reception good for 7. It's third down. From the gun on third, Watson. And a catch made by Hopkins. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
First down, Texans.
Operating from the gun, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dante Hightower coming in for the sack from his linebacker spot. From the 50, it's Watson. And Stills bringing it in. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now it's Watson. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 29-yard line. Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Watson with a give to Miller. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. After the toss, well executed there to find the space and then eventually get out of bounds after a good gain.
And for the toss play to be that successful, you've got to control the edge. And oftentimes, if you've got a tight end who can do that, that allows that toss play to get called often during a game.
50 seconds. 19. 58. Come on. Let him know. Let him know. Let him know. Let him know. 24. Crunch.
On first down, it's Miller. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
That's the end of the third quarter with the score all time.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Texans on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Watch the safety creep. Wide. Get wide.
Here's Watson on the sneak. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. A give the first man through Gillespie, the fullback. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Check. Lucky.
They turn to the fullback, Gillespie. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Here's Miller. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up 4th down. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
This will be taken short. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Pats at the line ready to go. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. They stay on the ground with White. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Recon, 132 fighter.
They'll look to throw. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the 1st. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. He's back to throw. It's complete. James White. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. On 2nd down, they'll run with White. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Back to throw. He's got White here. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 2, just like we saw on 1st and 2nd down as well. Deuce is wild. Complete to Watson, the tight end. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Brady's got his guys 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. 1st down, here's White. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's make these babies cry.
Back to throw, Brady. It's caught. This is White. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the 1st down, but I thought that was the key.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it. Here's Michelle. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That'll be a New England 1st down, a gain of 12. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
Let's go, baby.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds, and now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. So a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this... So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken very short. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams are...
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. You throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. They keep it with Miller on first down. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.